loss in the end, but there were some good patches there where you really challenged them.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, you sort of look at sort of periods in the game they got away from, especially the back end of the third. They just beat us to what we were doing okay. They sort of beat us at contested ball and clearances and really hurt us and opened us up a little bit. But when you sort of analyse the first half, it was sort of like 10 shots to 12. We just couldn't capitalise on the times we went in, and we kicked too late. So their pressure was very good, and we probably thought at half time as a coaching group we were just fueling a lot of their pressure. We just kept over handballing forward. We had the opportunity to use the ball by foot and take a little bit of time, and we just fueled what they're good at and tried to play exactly the same way they play at times. But we couldn't execute it, and they could. And that's why they're the benchmark at the moment. They're the best in the competition. They've lost one game of footy, but really we take a bit away from today in not so much about the win and loss, but more around the education of what we're trying to do as a footy team, and then we do that as a collective unit and also individually. I think some of the players playing on a DeGoey and other players, I think they'll learn a bit from today.
Will Phillips, best game he's had?
Yeah, I thought he's pretty good last week. His numbers won't say 30 possessions last week, but he was tough and hard last week, which was great. So I think he's sort of backed it up, which is great. And he took a real step. And I think Scott's game last week was probably the best for the footy club, but he backed that up again. And that's a challenge for us. We had some players with some talent, but trying to get some consistency in their performance is what's going to make us a better team. And I think through this year we've had players play well and then not back up the following week, or play well for a quarter but not for the next quarter. So that's what we're working on. But yeah, there were some good signs there.
You obviously weren't here last year for Will Phillips and going through his glands, lost the ego and those sorts of things. But what were the conversations in the pre-season around him and how you get the best out of him? Because it was obviously a very high draft pick.
Yeah, Clarko had a lot of conversations with him, and being in the club for a short period there, and I know Jordan Russell's done a lot of work with Will. Very diligent the way he goes about his preparation and all that, and it was probably about trying to keep building, because you come from a position where you've probably lost a little bit of fitness, and he was just working his way back into it. So he just had to keep building every month, every week, and keep improving his game. But he's starting to get a bit of benefit from that now, which is great. Yeah.
Forward seems to be functioning quite smoothly when you get into them quickly. Is that pleasing, the way you're able to score so heavily again?
Yeah, it was. I think Nick's put a really good block of work together, and he's working really hard. And for us to see him get 5 today, but some days he's going to lead a lot and move and do all the work that you want him to do, and we won't kick the ball well to him, or the opposition will be good enough. So today it was great to see him get a reward. I think there's something work in progress with us. I think today really the balance of fast and slow, we went too slow in the first half. We had the chance to go to 1v1s and take the game on a bit more. We were a bit hesitant, and that allowed then the midfield of Collingwood to get back, and allowed Quainer and that then to drop off, and they influenced the game. Yeah.
Do you feel like, what's the feeling inside the club as far as your progression? Like, we're not so much seeing the wins, but do you feel like you're really heading in the right direction, whether it's the key performance indicators internally? Where do you think the club's at?
Yeah, I think everybody looks at doom and gloom because they look at a loss beside your name. But today was a really good step. Our VFL team are sort of in the top part of the ladder, which is great. We haven't had that before. So you can see sometimes it takes a little bit from the VFL level, and then that transfers to your AFL level. But what we've seen over a period now is the performance against Sydney was full of merit, and then today wasn't exactly what we wanted for the 4 quarters, but geez, there's a bit to take away, and they are the best. And we've got LDU to come back in, the group who's was probably early in the year our best midfielder and one of the best midfielders in the comp. So to get him back would be great for us.
Did you get any injuries today? We saw Harry Shearer come off that treatment with maybe a bit of accent boot to the face.
Yeah, okay? He's fine. He's just got it stitched up. That's sort of the thing, isn't it? When you're a young player and you get stitched up, you become an official AFL player, don't you? Stitches sort of gives you the AFL. I told him, might give him a certificate now to say now you're a true blue AFL player with stitches. So, no, he's fine. he copped a whack and went back out, so it's good.
No one else you're worried about?
No.
The weekly Darren Thomas question, like, is he
Yeah.
getting closer?
He's getting closer. VFL won today against Collingwood, who were about the same position on the ladder. He played all right. You know, I think Tucker had a lot of the ball, and Kane Turner kicked 4. I think Taryn and Benny Cunnington did their roles, played their part. Is that enough to push in? We'll have a chat about it during the week. But yeah, his name will be mentioned around selection, and we'll just see where it's at.
And it's purely form and match fitness right now.
Yep.
That's what
Yep.
it's about.
That's exactly right. Yep.
So a bit of a form concern for Ben Mackay, seems to be a bit down on confidence in some of those one-on-ones.
Yeah, so, more in the first half, I think, than the second half. He probably had 3 there that you would have thought Ben would got a hand in and all that. And he's working extremely hard behind the scenes. But yeah, he was down in the first half today, and sort of got going a bit in the second half. But yeah, he'd look back on that and say, technically, how do I go about it? And he'll work with Johnny on that and make sure he's better for next week.